Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Oblivion, Elder Scroll Oblivion Remaster. In between episodes I've messed around further with the no HUD mod. It's a toggle that I created with reshades to make it as workable as possible. It's not totally optimal, but it really will allow me to mostly play with zero HUDs. Only problem is that if I keep it off and I go into a doorway, you don't see a loading screen. Well, the loading screen has nice tips on them. So if I want a loading screen, I will turn it on. The HUDs for the loading screen. Here, a Master of Heavy Armor is not encumbered by wearing it. Always good to know. And
Get your Black Horse Courier here.
Then I turn it off again. So I have, quite frequently I have to engage with the HUD toggle. But yeah,
Goodbye.
it's better than with the HUD. And certain elements are removed permanently, like the weapon icon and the compass, etc. So it's already better than default. I really don't understand why these developers don't give players the option to just disable HUD elements.
Not sure which one I talk
It's so much more immersive without all that crappy information constantly on screen, distracting you from the beautiful game world.
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
You think?
Goodbye.
Alright, but anyways, we are now going to actually make some progress, finally. 3 episodes in, or 4 episodes in. Or I think I did 3 up until before this one.
I work as a guard at Umbakano Manor. My name is Ushija. Othil from the Arcane University is looking for someone to chase the bandits from Camp Ailes. Probably trying to enhance her weird machine.
Beautiful chainmail armor.
I am one of his guard dogs, no more, no less. He pays us well to guard his many treasures. This is enough for me. Be seeing ya.
Alright, what is cool, I also saw some in between episodes videos on the lore, etc. and on the game of Oblivion. The map is actually larger than Skyrim. I really was not expecting that. And also the whole RPG mechanics are better than Skyrim. They're deeper, like you really choose a class at the start. Apparently in the original Oblivion I never really noticed it when I played it, but the whole leveling system was a bit warped. Because the enemies scale with, when you level up, enemies also become harder. But you have like major skills and minor skills. And the major ones are the ones that you use often and that level up the fastest. But I think that once you have 10 points in a major skill or something, you level up. And you normally can get, you can upgrade 3 skills when leveling up. Each time you level up, and a maximum of 5 points per skill. But in the previous original Oblivion, once you hit a major skill, you had like 10 points of experience in it, then you could level up. If you then didn't have a lot of experience in other skills, the game would automatically or level you up and automatically assign points to the various skills. If that makes any sense. Or I don't know exactly what the trigger is to level up. It can also be experience in minor skills. But anyways, you get to a level up moment. And then the game itself assigns points, and it could be that you are not, you don't have you have a potential of 3 skills to level up. You don't have a lot of experience in any 3 combined, so you will not get 3 times the max of 5 points per skill in the level up. And then it can be that the game just, you are in the level screen and you get like maybe One skill you get 5 points, and the other one you get 1 point, and the other one 2 points. So in total, you instead of getting 3 times 5 points, you only get like 5 plus 1 plus 2. You get 8 points in total increase of your skills. So it could be that you're leveling up and you are not maxing out you're not utilizing the max. You're not getting the max amount of points you could have gotten potentially, like 3 times 5. But you are going a level stronger, so the enemies also become stronger. And if you have those suboptimal level ups with like not even close to the max amount of points that you could have had, then comparatively the enemies are becoming stronger while you are lagging behind. So the more the game progresses, the harder it actually becomes. And while normally it should be the other way around. If you become a stronger, higher level character, you should have, should be easier to defeat enemies. And that's also, I think, in the original game, that if you have, for example, at the start, you have like a dungeon with low level enemies, which by the way on the hardest difficulty is still super difficult. But then when you progress and you are leveled up, let's say you're from level 1, you have like simple enemies, or that depending on your difficulty level can still be very difficult, but okay, you have level 1 enemies in the dungeon. If you return there at level 20, the enemies will also be level 20. It will be different enemy types. It will be stronger variants of either the same enemy type, or it will be other enemy types altogether. And if you then are in your level 20 with super suboptimal skill increases, because you didn't utilize the max of 3 times 5 skill points per level up, 3 skills with max 5 points per level up, then you will have a really hard time battling with your skill point distribution at level 20. You will be battling enemies who are much probably stronger at level 20 than you are. So it is quite tough. And in this game it changed a bit apparently. At least I don't know exactly how it works, but where is the level up screen? Now we can almost go to level 3, but here you see skills, I think. The difference is that in this game, once you hit the required experience, you get into the level up screen, you can at least assign the points where you want them to be. I do think you can still get a suboptimal amount of points. I think I'm not 100% sure. In this game, the max amount of points that you can distribute when leveling up is either 12 or also 15. But anywho, you can assign them yourself. While in the original Oblivion, the points were depending on I think the skills that you had like the most use in or most experience in between the level ups. Once you do hit the level up, the game just automatically assigns the points based on the skills used. And that can be very suboptimal, because for example, if you're running a lot, then your speed or your acrobat will gain a lot of experience. So the game would automatically put your skill points into speed. Well, that is maybe not at all the skill that you need at higher level. You probably want strength, or you want magicka or something like that. So at least it is mitigated into a certain extent that regardless of where you gained the experience until you hit the level up screen, you can distribute the skill points, the points to any skill you would like, I think. So there's a bit more player agency. But anywho, regardless of that, what I read is that this whole RPG mechanic with like a class that you have major skills, minor skills, it really is like an extra deep layer of RPG compared to Skyrim, where basically it really didn't matter what you choose. whatever action you did, you gain experience in it, and then you could also, with the whole perk system or skill tree, I don't know what it's called, perk tree. Let me quickly check. You could also just buff up other parts. Skyrim, basically, you were always good. You could always correct course mid-game to rebalance your skills, especially after a DLC where you could totally reset all skill points and redistribute them as you wanted, I think. But how did that tree? Is that the Skyrim? I don't think it's perk tree. It is skill tree? Perks. No, it are perks. Anywho, long story short, the RPG mechanics in this game are a bit deeper, and also the missions themselves apparently are more interesting. They're quite they have like unexpected turns. Skyrim also had some cool missions, like the one where you wake up after a night of drinking in a hangover. You have no idea where you are and what you have to do. But Oblivion has more overall, and also once you do certain actions like your disposition, you rescue people, you're really acting heroic, then the game world will actually acknowledge you for that with like comments of NPCs, etc. More so than in Skyrim, where you could basically win the civil war and maybe you get one or two NPCs to say something, but after that they just act like nothing really happened. Here there's more feedback from the game world, I would say. Why is that guy running? The Black Horse Courier. How is that one still open this late at night? It is now 9:30 p.m. Alright.
Its scent is unfamiliar. It's you. Hi. Greetings.
Alright, how can we just get in here? Ah, that's also fun. The little thing glitching out there. You had that in the original game as well. So you do see the graphics are Unreal Engine 5, but that's built on top of the creation engine, the original Skyrim engine for the physics, etc. I think. Oh, I cannot even pick it up. Oh, I shouldn't pick it up as well because it's stealing. Although my character actually is a thief. I want to be a thief with a good cause, so to say. Oh, wrong button. Ah, now I can pick it up. So fun. This picking up items, that is what really blew my mind in the original Oblivion. Before that game, there really weren't games with that much, realistic physics, so to say. Alright, let's read the Black Horse Courier. Grey Fox, man or myth? Is a so-called thieves guild masterminding all the thefts in the Imperial City? Captain Hieronymus Lex of the Imperial Watch seems to think so. When asked about the Thieves Guild and its mythical leader, the Grey Fox, the captain was quite emphatic. This one man is responsible for all crime in the city. The energetic and tenacious Captain Lex has therefore devoted himself to apprehending this masked menace. When questioned on the subject, Adamus Philida, Legion Commander and Captain Lex's immediate superior, had the following response. Ridiculous, the Grey Fox is just a fairy tale. There is no such thing as a Thieves Guild and there never has been. Stories of an unstoppable thief called the Grey Fox have been circulating around the Imperial City for centuries. The stories claim he can turn invisible at will, shrink himself down to the size of a mouse, turn to mist and seep under locked doors, and perform any number of other truly unbelievable feats. If even half of these stories are true, Captain Lex will have his hands full capturing the Grey Fox. Pretty cool, because outside there's also a wanted poster for the Grey Fox. I'm just making one little learning moment. Emphatic, I think it means convinced or something. But let's see what it actually means. Expressing something forcibly and clearly, yeah, convincingly. Alright, one moment, just looking up what it means. It's in my native tongue. Yeah, emphasizing it, powerful. Ah, that's of course it. Emphatic, emphasize. Anywho, while we're here, we are just here randomly. Alright, there are different ones here, different copies of the Black Horse Courier. Quill Weave plans new Doomstone cycle. Doomstone's not magical, says noted Argonian writer. The author of The Goblin with the Golden Arm and Red Crater plans a new series of historical works set in the early days of the Riemann Emperors. The stories will center around the sorcerers and battle mages that play such a prominent part in the legend of the Riemann Emperors' rapid rise to power in the closing years of the Second Era. She plans to call the series The Path of the Doomstones. The Argonian authoress declined to reveal any details of the characters and themes of these books. However, Quill Weave clearly has quite ambitious plans for this series, since she plans titles to correspond with each of Cyrodiil's 21 Doomstones. These ancient monuments are scattered throughout Cyrodiil, and each is known in legend by its own name. I always carefully research my subjects, Quill Weave says, and I find no evidence at all to support the popular notion that these runestones were once artifacts of great magical power. She noted that 13 of these stones are associated with the common birth signs by which people have always marked the aspects of the heavens when children are born. Such stones are the Mage Stone and the Serpent Stone. Were certainly associated with the primitive sky worship of the beast folk of the mythic era. Other stones, like the Aetherius Stone and the Magnus Stone, were also doubtless associated with other long-forgotten cults. The courier asked Quill Weave why she might choose to abandon the popular tales of thieves, outlaws, murderers and lowlifes that have made her so famous in Cyrodiil and throughout the Empire. She explained that she has long sought material with more mature and epic themes to celebrate the noble virtues of Cyrodiil and the Empire. She assured the courier that she will fill the Doomstone series with the lusty and colorful characters we've come to know and love. But this time, Quill Weave says, my characters will uproot trees, devastate cities and summon rains of boiling blood before slipping away to explore the private and intimate mysteries of the hearts. Alright, pretty nice writing this. That is, again, the writing in these older games is so much better than 2025 modern games. I really try to get to know the lore as well. Fighters Guild faces tough competition. There's a lot of, quite a lot of reading now. But that's also just to really immerse myself into the world, what is all happening around us. The Fighters Guild has been an institution in Tamriel for as long as most anyone can remember. These brave men and women have, for countless years, always been available to do those jobs that the average citizen is simply not qualified to handle. Whether it be ridding a homeowner of a plague of rats or rescuing a wayward scholar, the Fighters Guild has always been available for anyone with enough coin to pay their modest fees. Now, however, it seems that the Fighters Guild is not the only game in town. A new group has recently been making a lot of waves in Cyrodiil. They call themselves the Blackwood Company, and they've let it be known that they'll handle any job that the Fighters Guild will and many that they won't. While the Fighters Guild has always maintained the strictest standards on both the quality of their members and the legality of the contracts they accept, the Blackwood Company makes none of the same claims. They have no screening process when accepting new members, and they seem willing to accept any contract assuming one can afford the price tag. Some have questioned the Blackwood Company's methods. They are rumored to be reckless and indiscriminate. Many have spoken of needless damage to person and property during the fulfillment of a contract. None of those we spoke to were willing to go on the record for this article. What the future holds for this upstart group remains to be seen. Are they the perfect solution for a quickly changing world? Will their methods force the Fighters Guild to adopt more lenient business practices? Only time will tell. Until then, if you need a job done and the Fighters Guild won't do it, check with your local Blackwood company. Special edition, Night Mother Rituals on the Rise. And won't be tolerated, warns Imperial Legion. By Agnes, the quill is mightier than the ebony sword, Earhart. The Imperial City, pinnacle of art, entertainment, scholarship and ritualistic murder. So says Adamus Philida, commander of the Imperial Legion forces in the Imperial City. That's the second time Adamus Philida comes up, I think. He was also in the Grey Fox story. Or Greyhounds, I don't even remember what his name was, of the Thieves Guild. And a staunch opponent of the mysterious Assassins Guild known as the Dark Brotherhood. According to Philida, Imperial Legion soldiers have discovered 13 separate instances of the macabre Black Sacrament, a sinister rite purportedly used to summon a member of the Dark Brotherhood in order to arrange an assassination. Whether or not a card-carrying killer shows up on a ritual performer's doorstep remains to be seen, but the Black Sacrament itself is very real and truly the stuff of nightmares. As documented in the rare and taboo work A Kiss, Sweet Mother, the Black Sacrament involves an effigy of the intended victim created from actual body parts including a heart, skull, bones and flesh within a circle of candles. To proceed with the ritual, one must stab the effigy repeatedly with a dagger rubbed with the petals of a nightshade plant while whispering the plea, sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear." As gruesome as this ritual may be, even more frightening is its intention, the summoning of a mysterious assassin, who some witnesses claim is always clad in a black hooded robe, who will then receive money to kill an innocent victim. No remorse, no regret. It is, as the merchants say, simply business, and that's what worries Adamus Philida. This brazen increase in Night Mother rituals is an affront to the decent, peace-loving citizens of the Empire. The Imperial Legion exists for one reason and one reason only, to protect and serve the people of Tamriel. How in Azura's name can we do that when people take it upon themselves to contact paid assassins and have innocent people murdered? How can I sleep at night knowing my Legion can't possibly save the life of someone marked for death by the Dark Brotherhood? Anyone who carries out this Black Sacrament makes a mockery of the Imperial Legion, and as commander, that's something I just can't tolerate. From this point forward, any citizen found in the possession of items related to the Night Mother ritual will be incarcerated in the Imperial prison indefinitely. And their property seized by the Empire. That's a pretty stringent punishment. Like, a lifelong jail sentence. There's no fine high enough, no standard prison sentence long enough for the type of malcontent who would show such a blatant disregard for our dear Emperor's laws and the welfare of the fine people of Tamriel. To be sure, Adamus Philida is not one to issue empty threats. Indeed, the Black Horse Courier has learned that one Claudius Arcadia, until recently a resident of Talus Plaza district of the Imperial City, is now residing in a cold, dank cell in the Imperial prison, and his house has become the newest Imperial Legion outpost. So before you take the law into your own hands, dear reader, remember, you'll go further in life with a warm smile than a cold blade. And if you've got a grudge that won't be soothed, A score that can't be settled, you can always move to Morrowind and have the government-sanctioned Morak Tom do the killing for you. Oh shit, I took it. I don't need it. Ah, that was this one, right? Yes. What's this one? Did we already read this one? The Black Horse Courier, I think we did. Emperor and Hears assassinated. Yes, we read this one a long time ago. This one has like nice detail. It has like decorated first letters of each paragraph because it is important news. The Emperor died, got assassinated. Battlemage Okatal assures us that all the resources of the Elder Council, the Legion, the Guards, the Arcane University and the Imperial Battle College are being employed to bring the assassins to justice. But in the meantime, the greatest tribute we citizens can offer to the memory of our beloved Emperor is to go earnestly and diligently about our daily affairs, honoring the life of the great empire he loved so much and served so faithfully for so long. Alright, this is my problem with playing games like Skyrim and Oblivion. I wanted to go immediately into a side mission, but I was not expecting to be reading like papers for half an hour in this print shop. But that's, there's so much engaging content. Yeah, we already read this one. We read this one. Reread that one. Grey Fox. Yeah, and so it is Grey Fox. I thought like, okay, it can't be because that is the same name as like a Metal Gear Solid character. In a game that I think came out before it, Metal Gear Solid. Grey Fox Unmasked, this is a new one. Vlanarus Kvinchal recently admitted to being the notorious thief, the Grey Fox. Under questioning by the Imperial Watch, he also confessed to being the reincarnation of Tiber Septim, the love child of Lord Stendar, a were-shark, were-shark, I don't know what that means, and the mother of Hieronymus Lex. Only after he spent a night in the Imperial prisons was it discovered that Flanneris had recently consumed a near-lethal dose of skooma. Flanneris is now back home and recuperating from the hospitality of the Imperial Watch and from the close attention he received during his interrogation. He speculates that he might be able to work again in a month or two, so long as it doesn't involve walking or lifting anything heavier than a beer mug. The sometimes dock worker has sworn a solemn oath never to trifle with skooma again and earnestly warns everyone to stay away from the Orim gang. That's also one thing.
What?
Oh, holy fuck. What I
Greetings, Imperial.
Here, that guy is running around. What's up with him?
Hello.
Now he is going slowly. Anywho, this game has more. It has serious stories and quests, but also comedic undertones, like this last paper that we read. Compared to Skyrim, where there's also some fun, like you have like some crazy side mission with some crazy god. I forgot his name. Let's quickly check that. But it is not really, it's all very serious in Skyrim. By the way, I'm not bashing Skyrim. It's still one of my favorite games. I spent years, literally years modding it because I really wanted to make it. I appreciated the game world so much that I spent so much time in it. Skyrim. Is that Moloch Ball? No, a crazy god side mission. The Mind of Madness. I think it's that one. Dervin requests that the Dragonborn helps his master to return from vacation. He explains that they can find his master in the Pelagius wing at the Blue Palace. I think it's that one. So there were also funny things. Also that side objective or mission where you...
Greetings to you. It has no master?
Where you wake up with a hangover. It's pretty funny in itself, but funny side missions. Skyrim's 10 choose stupidest side quests. That's a video. Funniest quests in the game. Oh my god, fuck this. Fucking cookies. Right, I will not read the article just because of the cookie pop-up. Yeah, that's a night to remember. That is when you wake up with a hangover. Yeah, there are actually more. Gleda the goat, Grog the giant, Mora the Hagraven. You basically married or almost did a Hagraven. That is definitely hilarious. Sheogorath's quest, the Mind of Madness. Basically you're trying to save a dead emperor from insanity. It's so strange, it's funny. Yeah, exactly. But anywho, what I read is that Oblivion has even more funny bits in it. And what was a were shark? I have no idea what that means. One moment. Were shark. A were-shark was a very rare and fearsome type of lycanthrope that could take the form of a shark. Were-shark could take 3 forms. But this is another game. Forgotten Realms. Lycanthrope, what's that? A were-beast, were-type? Oh, were-shark. Yeah, werewolf. But what is lycanthropy? We're shape changers with at least 2 forms. Are savage and ill-tempered lycanthropes that enjoy violence. Alright, I never heard of a were-shark. And let me quickly look up what lycanthrope means, generally. In folklore, a werewolf or occasionally lycanthrope is an individual who can shapeshift into a wolf, or especially in modern film, a therianthropic hybrid wolf-human-like creature. Therianthropic. The hell is that?
Good evening.
Shape
Well
shifting.
met.
One moment.
Hi there.
Therianthropy, especially of a deity, combining the form of an animal with that of a man. Gods depicted in a therianthropic or hybrid form with human body and animal heads. Then we do etymology. I always like to know the origin of words. From ancient Greek, therian, wild beasts, and ancient Greek anthropos, man, therianthrope. Amazing. New word learned. Never too old to learn. So, especially in old mythology, there were a lot of therianthropes. And they're mostly wolves. That's why I never heard of a were shark. So that's, I guess, a human body with a shark head. Did we read this one? We sure did. And this one? We sure did. And that one? We also did. And check out the detail of that quill. Ah, there are some more here. Reds. Sorry. But it's really nice to read these articles because it really references guilds, but also these moonstones, for example, or doomstones, and also some books. I think that was mentioned somewhere, which I'm sure that book we will find in the world at some point. What the hell is that? Alright, let's quickly see what that does. Crumpled piece of paper. Alright, I thought maybe there was something on it. Like for a quest or something. But yeah, so you the doom. There are dooms? Fuck me. Doomstones. We will encounter them. So now we already know about it. And the guilds, thief guilds, that black stuff company. What was the other one? You had the black. Fighters Guild, and then you have the new one is the Blackwood Company. So you have like that book, which I'm sure we will find. There was in one article, I think, a book reference, a book title. I'm sure we will find that book, and then yeah, that's really, it really gives the place, the world a realistic feel, like something that you read about here is actually somewhere else in the world. By the way, that is the wanted poster of the Grey Fox. But I'm not starting that quest now. I don't want to have like an over-cluttered quest log. I really want to, if I do a quest, I would prefer to first finish it before adding new ones. Which will still be probably near impossible because often quests are added outside of your control. Because you overhear a conversation or you enter a certain area. But anyways, very good to start the game with, a bit of reading up. Not sure why these guys are running around at night. Alright, we read that one. think we read all of them. Alright, for now I will skip on the stealing items. We can roleplay as being the print shop owner. This is so cool. Also the simple fact that you can sit in chairs. There were no games, I think, before it that allowed you to do so in such an immersive manner as Oblivion did. Maybe Morrowind, but I don't really remember Morrowind. Not even sure I played it. Which I know is blasphemy for true Elder Scroll fans. Yeah, so we now read up a lot. Let's check out what we have to do. We had like a quest. This one, unfriendly competition. A group calling themselves the Society of Concerned Merchants has hired me to investigate a new store that's just opened up in the market district with ridiculously low prices. They suspect the owner must be doing something illegal. I should pay a visit to Thoronir at the copious coin purse. We will be doing that. But do we still have time? Beautiful skybox. Yeah, it's almost... night already. And also, if you are busted and you get thrown into jail, you actually lose any items you stole, but you will also lose skill points, I think. There's really some... So you're basically going back in the some of your progression is taken away from you, so there's really consequences, which is really cool. But anyways, that makes me... I'm gonna save the game before attempting a break-in. What the hell? The amount of light shining, blah blah blah. Alright, we have to be careful, we are trespassing. We need to know more about this guy's suppliers, I think. Parchments. The problem is, it will not be long before the shop opens. Why don't I see anything? Fuck me, is that because of a HUD mod? That... No, I don't think so. Here, read. What does it say? It says note, right? Damn it. Just trying to get the HUD mods correctly. Why don't I see any... there should be a legend here. That should be visible. Maybe it's not because I'm indoors. But that could also be that there's a shader disabled, which also blocks the text from displaying, although all other text seems to be totally fine. I find it weird that it opens up, but it doesn't show anything. That's probably a little bit too hard. Nothing much here, I would say. Nice! Wow, pretty cool. So there really is not that much here. Oh, fuck me. God damn it. Alright, I think this guy can open up shop any moment now. Ah, wait, this is what we need. For a potion of cure disease, grind Glenfear claws and mandrake root into a fine powder using a mortar and pestle. It will remain somewhat gritty. It can be mixed in with almost any liquid, but ordinary clear water is safest. Let's root song. Mage's Guild. Right, I really feel like I'm trespassing now, and that at any moment it can go wrong. That's pretty cool. Oh, by the way, let's now see. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, so now we disable everything. Oh no, I cannot see it. We're still indoors. About that HUD elements. Fuck me. We need a lockpick. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Illusion magic has a paralyze spell that immobilizes your enemy for a short time. Now we are going to disable all the HUDs. We're going into the menu and in the map. Yeah, fuck me. There should be a legend here. So I do think that there's something wrong, and it could be that it also removes the text of that note. Let me check. Um, fuck me, I should do this when we're indoor. Too many pixel shaders now. Yeah. This is more of a technical issue. Let's see if it works outside. Alright, so we do is active, so we disable this one. HUD. Numpad star, not active. And this one is numpad min. Alright, now everything is activated. And now we press this one and that one. Now we go to the map. Yeah, still no filter. There should be a filter here. That is weird. Maybe it is. Wow, how is that gone now? There should be a filter on the map. Here, over here, just above the bottom prompts, there should be icons that you see on the map itself that you can click to only show those being visible. And now with the HUD mods, I removed all the shader disabled, so everything should be visible, and still it's not showing up. So something is going wrong here, which is quite annoying. I think I will be checking that out. I will end this episode here, then try to fix it. Because yeah, I'm not sure whether this parchment, it's not. Maybe it doesn't need to show anything. Because it's also not in the in this tab, like key items, or this is it's also miscellaneous. But if it would really be like an item needed for the quest, I should not be able to just throw it away, right? Now it actually fell through the floor. Alright, but again, it looks beautiful. Early morning, Cyrodiil, Imperial City, amazing. I'm having so much fun for hours only with like one little side quest. There's so much more content here. Also the fact that this world is bigger than Skyrim. Secretly I'm really happy with that. It's like this is the bigger game. Really should not make any difference, but I'm stupid. Holy shit, those shadows go pretty quickly. It's all real-time lighting a bit. Man, check it out. How beautiful. And the epic music in the background. That's the problem with this game. There's always something to lure you in. I wanted to just now go fix that map issue, the legends. Now I'm like, let's go quickly into nature a little bit. Because it's such a beautiful time of day. But we have to be careful because there are also wolves and crabs and whatever here. Man, this is what makes these games so amazing. It's the sense of awe, discovery, with the music, just amazing. Not sure what that is. Is it just a rock or is it like a basket on a rock? No, that's just a rock. Such beautiful music as well. I mean, Skyrim has epic music, but this is also pretty unparalleled. It's just everything coming together in this game. The music, the quests, the graphics. God damn it, music seems to indicate there's an enemy maybe. But also maybe not. Right, we have a deer over there. Another deer. Who is totally oblivious. Oh, who is totally oblivious in Oblivion. The little island we also still have to explore. We have to explore so much. God damn it. Alright, but anyways, I need to fix that map issue. That HUD issue. So we'll be doing that in between episodes, and then in the next episode we are continuing that side quest with the unfriendly competition. The backstory is that the merchants are suspecting that new competitor to sell stolen goods because his prices are too low to sustain if they were if the goods came from genuine bona fide suppliers. Nice draw distance. That's deer all the way down below, even with its own shadow at this distance. Man, I'm really a sucker for that technological advancements in gaming and graphics in general. It's just like, this is also my first Unreal Engine 5 game. The only drawback I have a little bit with Unreal Engine 5 is I saw also that other game that came out around the same time as this one, around April 24th, 2025. It's something 33 or something. That's also an Unreal Engine 5 engine. And as well as Wukong Yukon or something, that very popular Chinese game. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. And then you have Wukong, Black Myth Wukong. They also have Unreal Engine 5. And I do have to say, they do look quite similar. Of course, it's the same engine, but also in color tone, etc. So that does a proprietary engine, like Oblivion had at the time with the creation engine, does give a game really its own personality. And I totally understand that at one point the costs are not sustainable anymore if you have to design your whole in-house ray tracing capable engine with all the latest bells and whistles. So I fully understand that there is specialization there, that there's just one company that makes a very high-tech, state-of-the-art engine, and then the creative people, they make the games based on that engine. So I totally understand it, but it loses a little bit of its individuality that games of the early 2000s and in the 90s had very much so. For example, a Metal Gear Solid game felt and looked totally different than a Call of Duty game. Totally different engine, etc. And I'm not saying everybody that no proprietary engines will survive. But yeah, if Unreal Engine 5 really ships a great product, and I would want to go into game design or development, I would probably also just go with the Unreal 5 engine, because it does look amazing. There are so many bells and whistles here, lighting wise, draw distance. There's just probably, yeah, it's I wouldn't say plug and play, like pick up, buy the engine rights and you're ready to go. But yeah, it for sure will be a hell of a lot easier than creating your own proprietary in-house game engine. Check out how far everything's gone. It's pretty amazing. Anywho, I will be ending this episode here. We'll continue in the next one. Hopefully a bit more progress, except me only reading and rambling on and on. But I will be first hopefully fixing that issue with the map legend not showing. Why? Yeah, fast travel, really. I'm not gonna fast travel ever. Find that totally not how it how you should play a game like this. Anywho, we'll be ending here. We'll hope to see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. For the meantime, you yourself as well. Never forget, always do keep on gaming. Later.